All right, the Seattle Seahawks just cannot get enough of this newest rookie. If you're new to the channel, we're Detroit Lions fans, but this channel fully dedicated to teams that just kind of get overlooked by the national media. The Seahawks have been one of those teams. We've been talking about you for a couple of years now, and we loved your offseason. Basically, what you said was we're not going to go 9-10 wins for the rest of our lives. Let's reboot this thing. Let's go try to win a Super Bowl. Like, that is so impressive. Okay, let me know in the comments, cat or dog? I have a cat and a dog. There's pros and cons to both. I like the dog, of course, but the cat, when you leave, a cat's like, good, see ya. It's like, that's kind of nice. You don't have to worry about cats. Let me know in the comments. Are you a cat or dog person? I could go both ways. I really could. Okay, here it is. It's Ricky White the third. You saw him in the thumbnail. You took him in the 7th round. The special teams part, you've got Jay Harbaugh, you've got Fitz, Josh Bynes. All those guys are really excited about him. He's blocked 4 punts, but personally, and this is what your general manager said, he kind of reminds me of Donald Driver, who the Packers drafted in the 6th round. If that's the case, it'll be unbelievable. But remember, Donald Driver was he was awesome. 6th rounder. He was one of the better special teams player in the league before he completely established himself as our number 1 wide receiver. That's kind of what he reminded me of. He's tough, kind of got that gangly feel to him too. So here's why this is, and we'll get more into him in just a second. This is why you've got a 7th round pick. You had a bunch of draft picks. We've focused on your main guys, really good skill position players, safety. You're just like knocking things out of the park. But then at the end of the draft, Ricky White III really rounds out your offense. Let me show you what I mean by that, because here's your depth chart. Let me see if I can blow it up real quick. What you're looking at there is anything in the gold or the yellow, that is you got via trade or free agency. And in the purple is who you drafted. So Cooper Kupp, we know. Marquez, Valdez Scantling, fine, right? No one's like super pumped about him, but you're also like, yeah, well, that'll work. But Torrey Horton and Ricky White, because you know about Bobo, he's kind of always around. Lions have the same thing on our team. I can't even think of his name, but he's just kind of there all the time, always just kind of makes the team, but then doesn't, but he's on the practice squad. So it's like, all right, we need to just get serious about the wide receiver position, Jackson Smith and Jigba, and now you replaced your main 2 guys that you had last year with 2 rookies, and Ricky White is a really key part to that. This is important because Gray Zabel rounds out your offensive line. You feel so much better there. You already had the running back position all set. Quarterback, of course, we could spend a whole video on that. All new quarterbacks. But Ricky White, who could be Donald Driver, that's huge. That's exactly the type of stuff that you have to do in order to that's what makes a really good offseason. Again, he hasn't played it down. He hasn't done anything, so who knows? But those are the moves, all of your draft picks really coming together. On top of that, because you already had rookie minicamp, again, we don't get too high on it, but we also kind of do because, like, what the heck else are we doing? Your rookie minicamp was super successful. It was really early also. I don't know why, but you have 2 undrafted free agents that I don't know why or how you got them, and I just happen to know these 2. I don't really know them. I mean, I just remember watching them thinking, oh, yeah, those guys will get drafted, and they don't. After already posting a strong draft, John Snyder then immediately turned around and signed a talented undrafted free agent duo. That the rest of the NFL apparently forgot to draft. Zy Alexander, defensive back from LSU, and Jared Ivey, the edge from Ole Miss. Like, okay. So you had 16 undrafted signings. Zy Alexander was a consensus 5th round prospect. Like, just pick him up in the 5th round. He's still there. Allowed a passer rating of 53 when targeted. It's like, okay. Jared Ivey. This dude, I want to say I saw where he was going to be a 4th rounder, 6'6", 275 pounds. It's just like, what? He didn't get as much talented compared to his astonishingly talented Walter Nolan, who went in the first round, and then he had a teammate in the third round. But what are we doing? So why we talk about the Seahawks on this channel, being Lions fans, is because people didn't take you serious when Russell Wilson was traded. It's like, what are you gonna do now? That was a bad idea. It was an awesome idea. Russell Wilson's weird. Geno Smith was great. And you played well. You came in and whooped the Lions a few times. Then last year was just kind of like an up and down year. Still though, just missed the playoffs. And what you do is you decide, okay, let's reboot this thing. We're not going to sit around and try to win 9 or 10 games. And instead, you go out, you trade away high-priced guys, you let Tyler Lockett walk, stuff like that, and just reboot this thing. A lot of good draft picks, young, youth, and that's what I have to remember as a fan. When you go into the draft and reboot your team through free agency, is not really rebooting. That's kind of like, let's pick up a spot here and there. Always remember, the draft is where you get ascending players. These are guys that are only going to get better, in theory. Because there was like a 2-month thing there where we were all, and the Seahawks did do moves, but there was a whole 2-month thing there where it's like, man, is my team getting better? What's going on? We're trading away players for draft picks. This kind of sucks. No, that's what you want to do, and that's why we talk about this team, is because we guarantee they're going to be really good, because look at this. Let me go down defensively. DeMarcus Lawrence. Overpay a little bit for him. He just did. But that's okay. Let's do it. Whatever. Because Nick Amanwari, I don't even know how to say his name. Amanwari. Boom. Add him to an already insane secondary with Kobe Bryant, Woolen, and Devin Witherspoon. Devin Witherspoon, just watching him, because here's the thing about that guy. The Lions were definitely going to draft him, and you took him. So, thank you. But I think the Lions pivoted from that and got Jahmyr Gibbs. We'll never know. But I'm always watching him because it's like, he should be ours. Ernest Jones, remember you got him. You got him in a trade. He comes in, settles your whole team down. You're off. You've got good defensive line, like Leonard Williams. It's going to be a special year for the Seahawks. It just is. I'm calling it now. So let me know your thoughts in the comments, and we'll see all of you on the next one.